already. And Susie's already having a glass of Pinot. Go on, Susie. That's right. Well, mine ain't Pinot, but I'm going to chip it up with some water. And yes, and it is. Me and Mama Chi do have a birthday. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome, welcome, welcome in chat. Oh,
And so, you know what? It's my birthday.
happy birthday to you!
Cheers.
Woo!
Happy
Just because I don't want
birthday
any
to
copyright strike by me
you.
singing the whole thing. So
What? No, I was
I
going to
don't
sing
want
it with
any
you. I was
copyright
going to
strike
sing
for
it.
singing the whole thing. So I'm just
Yeah.
gonna say, that's it. That's all I sing. Happy
That's it.
birthday.
That. And we got spirituality and herb as well, Sabrina.
Hi,
And
Rodney.
Revneet.
Hi,
And we got
Sasha.
Susie. Happy birthday. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All the birthday wishes. You know, this is going to be a live one tonight because, I thought, okay, let me see. Do I talk about all the lessons I've learned in my 59 fabulous years? Or do I flip the script and maybe let her ask me some questions? Because I'm pretty transparent. But you know what? I'll have no problem telling her none of your business. I'll have no problem telling her that. But you know what? I am so open. I was actually excited. I said, okay, let's do it. Yeah, let's
Yes.
no, let's spill the tea. Let's spill the tea. I like some juicy tea. Tea's good, especially mountain tea. And everybody wants to know. This is for all the inquiring minds out there that have been watching me from the backside, maybe the front side, maybe the side to side. Well, this night's for
Oh, it's
you.
cancer season.
It's cancer season. Happy birthday to all my cancers out there. And Leos, because I'm a cancer Leo. I'm going right
Yeah,
up
this
into
is
the
the
Leo
cusp.
season.
This is the cusp. So what? Tomorrow, I think,
Mhm.
or it's today. One of the
Yeah,
two. It's either
yeah,
we today or tomorrow. We switch over to the
yeah,
last of Cancer into Leo season. So
yeah.
look out, look out,
It's on.
and yes, and welcome everyone. Hi, Ravneet. Hi,
Yes. Welcome,
Sasha.
welcome, welcome,
Hi,
welcome.
Sabrina.
And listen, I'm going to make a public apology
Susie.
right here tonight because in the last live with Sabrina, I kept calling her Alana all night long, all night. Even when I went to, say give my appreciation toward the end. Atlanta is what I said, but Sabrina was so cool. I wouldn't have heard you anyway, Sabrina. Dear Lord. Anyways, baby girl, you was cool with it. That was good. Winds of reflections in the house. And what does she got? What is that? Oh, are those gifts? Of course they are. We get it. You get it. I know you get it. Yep, yep, yep. Hilly Lily. Hilly Lily is in the house there, Sassy Susie. Sassy
Yes,
Susie's in the house
yes.
too.
So
Sweet
thank you
freedom
for everyone
forever.
who is joining and in chat. We are live on my beautiful friend Haley Lily's channel.
Yes.
Organic to the Nova Scotia's Organic to the Land
Right.
Stories.
Right.
And it's her wonderful birthday, another trip around the sun.
Hmm.
And so I was actually there was some requirements of me apparently for this live.
Yes.
Um and so I said when we were talking about it and you asked me to specifically come up with questions to ask you throughout this entire live. And well, within the first like within the conversation that we had, sorry.
No, wait a
Um
minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. We're not even going to get there. We're going to slow it up and we're going to back it up because I said to my girl, I said, interest up. I said,
yeah,
interest
yeah.
up.
Yeah,
So you better
yeah, yeah.
stand up and you better show the people what you got on up in there today because my girl is looking rather schmexy. Come on, get up there. Come on,
But
come
wait
on.
a second, it's your
Listen,
birthday.
you said
Shouldn't
you was
you be
looking for a
showing
boo
yourself
boo.
off?
You said you was looking for a boo boo. It's my birthday, so I'm sharing. I'm sharing my boo boo love. Come on, get up there. Show us what you got on. It's cute. Come on.
Okay, all right. Okay, okay, fine.
Let the people
Fine.
know.
Okay, Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So you want me to get up? Okay. So I'm
Yes,
up.
I do. I want the world to know that she wears more than just black. Oh, look at that, the tatas. Look at the tatas and oh, look, baby girl, you look beautiful, beautiful,
Thank you.
beautiful,
Thank you.
beautiful
Thank
girl.
you.
Yep, yep.
So yes.
You see, we're aged, but we're not dead. We don't die when we get older. We just get more refined. Mm.
Right? Exactly. That's exactly right.
Yeah,
That's exactly right.
leave dying for the dead.
So yes, so I made it a very special birthday for you. I did. I got all dressed up for you,
Okay.
and I had the questions. So as I was saying, came up with questions, and within the first, because my being neurodivergent comes with a lot of perks and not so fun perks. And so, thank you very much. Thank you, Sazi Sue. Thank you, Sasha. Um, and yeah, so as soon as
Hello,
you asked
Sasha
me,
Jenny.
you triggered me into a thought process that it was like a catalog because all the questions started, oh, this question and that question and that question. I had I had at least 8 questions down within the
Okay,
first half hour after
okay.
talking to you. I did not skip you, Ravneet, did I? I'm so sorry. Never would I ever skip you. I love you. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, Revney. Oh, she's speaking up. Revnee's using her throat chakra. Oh, that is the
Uh-huh. I
throat
see.
chakra
I
right
see.
there.
I see. Anyways, and then and then the rest of the backstory. So then after I had the like 8 questions that I texted you, I was like, I have 8 questions already. You sure you want to open Pandora's box with me?
Yes, open it up. Open. Listen, I opened up Pandora's box a long time ago. Dear God, that box ain't been closed for a long time, Atlanta. It's just that the
Thank
world's
you.
gonna know
Thank you.
how wide open it was. Okay.
So, anyways, so then afterwards, then I got on the phone with Ravneet. We had a video chat, and then so I was telling her I have, oh yeah, my assignment and all the questions, and she's like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a riot. I go, yeah, and then she said, don't forget to throw in some superficial questions too. I was like, yeah, 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 of course, for fun. Yeah, we do.
Okay.
So,
You're my
thank you.
inspiration of courage and understanding. Oh, baby girl, you know what? Listen, here's my philosophy. Each one teach one. And I'm going to tell you something is women, listen, we are women. We have been through some things, all of us. And you know what? We've ingested it all quite differently. And sometimes it takes us a minute because there is a coming into your own. Every woman, don't let no woman tell you that, there was not a process to that. Because I can
Yes,
tell you that the woman that's here tonight, that's in front of everybody and able to do this, oh, hell, listen, I'm going to tell you something. She's been through some things. And you get to a particular place and space of where you don't give two sweet fucks what other people think. And then let the healing begin. So, baby, you're on your way. You're on your way. Trust and believe you are on your way.
yes.
Anyway, come
And
on,
to
Atlanta.
all of those that are coming in and from Norway and from Turkey,
Yes,
we want to thank you and welcome you for being here to celebrate a fabulous, fabulous Hilly for her birthday on her channel. So
yes.
thank you for joining us.
Thank you, thank
Um,
you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
yes, yes. Do you want to make Ravneet a moderator at
Yes,
least, maybe?
okay. How do I do that? I know I've got to go in here and I got to get because we'll get someone moderating the chat and that will help me. Okay, okay. I'm going to give you. How do I do this? How do I do it now?
You should be able to go and I off of here. I'm going to your settings. Do you know how to get into your settings?
Do you know what? Listen, I don't know how to do that, and I'm not going to try and go fumble around with that. You know what? Here's what we're going.
Okay.
We're going to, you know what? Act like a moderator, and I can tell you something right now. Something needs to be put in the chat. Be looking for Revney because she's going to put it in the chat. We ain't got her a wrench yet, but I got to figure out how to give her a wrench. Now I'm going to press that, and if I can do it like that, then you know what? We're good. Live chat, none, none, none. No, no, no. What I need is no, no. We don't want to hide the chat. No, we don't want to hide the chat. Put that down. Dear God. Okay.
Do you want me to at least start giving you the question so you can
Absolutely. I want you to start giving me the
contemplate?
question.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. So, for your birthday,
I didn't want to hide the chat.
we have okay. You know what? Well, I'm going to start from the bottom of the list. Okay. So, when you we talked about just now, we were talking about, showing up in authenticity and about you know, the healing work and the healing journey and stuff like that. And we oftentimes hear the term love and light and what that really means. So, my question for you is, in the many trips around the sun that you have taken, what would you say that you have learned is the meaning of love and light? What does love and light, the term love and light, mean to you? What have
Love
you
and
come
light.
to realize it comes to
Oh
mean?
my goodness gracious. I'll tell you something. Love and light. Love and light. Well, first of all, the two, yeah, do they go together? But each carry a different lesson in multiples of lessons before you can get to the full, real understanding. I see people out there talking love and light, love and light. You've had yourself an awakening of some kind. And then all automatically, you know what, you grab onto that love and light talk. Well, there's a whole work process that goes in between called healing. And I can tell you there's nothing light or feeling loving about that process. It's a very dark process if you really are open to the process. I was open to the process, still am open to the process. And I can tell you that when I think love and light, I know that there's a dark element that comes with that. And that, you know what, that dark element is what helped to bring the light. Because you can't get to the light unless you face some of that dark shit. And
Mhm.
that's all, you know what, most of us that are coming into the awareness of the spiritual awakening realize that, there's a dark night of the soul. There's many dark nights of the soul because there's many elements to our healing. So when I think the whole love and light thing, and within those dark elements of healing and all the lessons, you are also learning the different facets of love and the different angles of love and the different depths of love. And so every time you keep coming back and every time you keep elevating, so that whole love and light thing, it's definitely coming with an element of darkness. And you need the darkness in order to achieve the light or step into the light because the one highlights the other, right? So,
Yes.
when you're going through it, there's got to be a reason. That's what I've learned. Instead of why is this happening to me? Okay, what's going on? What is it that I need to learn? You start to flip it up more like that. You don't get
Yes.
too caught up. So if that was an answer to your question, I think.
Yes. Yeah, we definitely need a mod. Um but wait, yeah, I wish we were able to do that beforehand. Um so based on that, and it's funny that you
Why?
said the
What's
way that
going on in the chat? Why did you say we definitely need him on? What? Something
well,
inappropriate
I
going
think
on?
because we have some weird a couple of weird comments that are um
Well, just because I ain't got nobody moderating the chat, trust me, it is my birthday. So,
yes,
tread lightly. I ain't the
yes.
one to play with. I can guarantee you that I am not the one to play with. And if you want to play, this could be your day. Step up, pull up. I am that. I'm that one. I am that one. So you know what? When you step up into my house, you come with respect. So I'll give you. You know what? Listen. I'll give
You
every
know,
dog a cane to choke itself. So
and you know what? It's
it's
funny
all
because
good.
there's one reader that I put you on to that I love, and she doesn't, and she has thousands of followers and stuff like that now at this point, and she does not use moderators in any of her lives on purpose because she
You
wants
know,
people to come in and show themselves.
well, you know what? That's how we deal. We deal. And if you want to be like, it ain't not. Heck, don't start nothing, won't be nothing. That's where I
Exactly,
go.
right?
I come straight on the
Exactly.
streets of the keel, and the keel is so right around the corner in me that you know what, it can come out just like that. So, anyways, proceed on with the next question because I don't want to even stay there into the mess.
Yes, of course. So, okay, hold on. My next question for you is, what has been your most recent discovery about self that you never considered or gave recognition to before?
Mm. What is the recognition? What is the thing that I recognize about myself that I did not give recognition to? Oh, geez. I'll probably say something else after I say this, but I'm going to tell you this journey has truly been about lessons, but one of the biggest lessons was learning how to use my throat chakra. In realizing that it was the one thing that had been closed up. But you know what? With my throat comes my gift. And it's realizing that, you know what? I have the gift to speak and I have the gift, I have something to say. And all those lessons that I have come through, there's a reason why I did. And so the biggest thing is that the very thing that was blocked at one time, the very thing that many tried to block, you know, I get it. That's the biggest lesson. Don't let nobody block it because that is your gift. That's a part of what you've been brought here for. This is why you're here, to use it to help, to elevate, and to also, help somebody else unblock their throat chakra. So if I would say that, one of the things I realize about myself, have come to appreciate, that would be it.
Good. Nice. I like that. I like that answer. And
Mm,
I love I love
yeah.
Revneet. She's like, good job, Alana. Let's make her think
Yeah,
on her
good
birthday.
questions. Listen, she hasn't disappointed me, people. But I knew there was a reason why I said I'm gonna let her go. Go on, girl. Go on. Let that social worker degree count for something. Now, come on. Bring those questions with my
It's
generic
just
self.
10 years.
Mhm.
I mean, just because I burnt out in a field doesn't mean I still can't utilize my skills, right?
That's right. That's right.
Repurposing things. Exactly.
That's
That's
right.
part of the healing journey too. Let's
That's
just
right.
say that.
That's right.
So, okay. So, hmm. So leading into that, this is and I'm jumping all over the place here
That's all
on
right.
these questions.
Hey.
Not going in any order from what I wrote. Okay. What part of you, leading off of that last question, what part of you do you feel you have yet to discover that you think is still outstanding, if any?
Ooh, that's a good question. Because there are, that what part of me. Do you know, I am yet to experience. Now, listen, this is going to blow up the. I don't know what this answer is going to do, but I'm yet
Hold
to
on one thought. Just hold
experience.
on one thought for a quick second, because I also want to share this really quick. These questions, as much as I came up with them and they're personalized for you, I want feel free for anyone in chat to reflect on these questions for yourself, because I did purposely make them open-ended that way so that, right, we can all take a moment to
I'm
like,
sure that the chat's going to automatically do that.
I hope so. I
They're
hope
that kind
so.
of they're that
But
kind
to
of
really,
question.
share in that reflection for self, right? So, yes. Okay, so continue, please.
And so
Mhm.
now I forget the question.
and I will repeat it for you gladly again. What part of you, if any, would you say that you have yet to discover and or feel is still outstanding for you to heal and reflect on?
I have not experienced true unconditional love with a partner. So that is something that I look forward to experiencing before I leave the planet. Sharing my experience with someone who is on my level energetically, and yeah, that someone that doesn't want to compete with me, someone that understands my essence, someone that understands my essence. I've not experienced that. And someone that is not as big of a lesson, I've had enough lessons. Um, Not that life is not filled with a lesson, but I think the bigger lesson is that I want to be with someone that I'm building with, someone that sees that there is a need for an imprint to be left out there in a good way, and wants to do that. So yeah, I'm open for that. Yeah. And do not blow up my emails. Please do not blow up my emails. You know what? I don't accept no fools. So you know what? If you're stepping, you better step correctly. Yeah, that's right. Because I know I'm gonna get some feedback. Mhm.
Awesome, awesome. Okay. Okay. So, um I love how they just flow into each other. Okay. So, what have you learned about love and your expression of it over the past year? What
Ooh.
what have you learned about love and the expression of it from others? And what has been the comparable difference that you have noticed for you between the two?
Mm. I saw expressions of love in others, like people showing up for me um, in ways that just at the right time, um, without wanting anything back. So, I mean, on a small scale, I see that expression of love. And I don't even think that's a small scale. That's a big scale today, because that's, what someone that's just taking the time to take the time. And that's endearing. That's priceless today, because folk really just don't really take the time, you know,
Yes.
to think. So in that sense, I will say um, that's one of the expressions that I've seen. And in reference to myself, and I will say this for myself: allowing people to be where they're at and loving them, and sometimes loving them enough to let them go. That is probably one of the most powerful lessons of the past year.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We all have our different expressions of love and how that sort of translates that. Um but also because we've all come from different walks of life, our teachers of love have varied as well, right? So, and I think the other day we were having a conversation and I don't can't remember if it was with you, or I think it was you, Ravneet, and I. I can't remember if it was, but we were sort of discussing and the idea of love and pain, and what, what that has to teach us, and that,
Mm.
when we come into this world, and the yes, Ravneet, unconditional love, and hi, Fatima, and those that just entered chat. um
Hello.
Unconditional love is a gift, and it's of course, I love to go back and use movie analogies and stuff, but it just going back to like 22 from the movie Soul that we had discussed, and that idea of embodying the senses, but along with that comes the feeling of pain and knowing what pain is like. But the pain is a teacher. The pain teaches us what doesn't feel good, and how we can then change that. So
That's what
love, yes.
that's my whole point. That the love, ah, the biggest lesson is the love of self. Because often all of those lessons come with some form of not paying enough attention to yourself, not honoring yourself. And that's how you learn. You learn through the pain that eventually comes from not doing that. And then, creating your boundaries. And sometimes when you create the boundaries, it changes all the dynamics because, just because you've created the boundary doesn't mean that, the person that you're creating the boundary with and for is they're not on board. So, it changes that dynamic in that sense. So my whole point being is that, but if you love yourself enough, you realize it's not about them. It's about you. It's about your peace. It's about you really, really loving you. And that's the showing up for you in those moments of when, you would normally, put somebody else first.
Yes.
That's,
Yeah.
that's, that's loving yourself.
So what would you say has been the most healing moment of your journey today, to date?
Mm. Huh. You know, my healing is on a continuum. So, I'm going to say this. Every day I wake up and I see the sun. Every day that, I have my gratitude, that's a winning day. Every day that there's a challenge that is presented towards me, and um, I may not have all the answers, but I got the fortitude inside me to, accept the challenge of whatever the hell it is, because I already know I have enough experience to know you got this. It's the winning comes in the, and I'll revert back to the movie, uh 22, who didn't appreciate the small things. So for me, I'm winning in this life because I appreciate the small wins. And every small win, and every time I wake up, and every time, I touch someone in a way that, it might make them wake up, I'm winning. I'm winning. So I get small wins, big wins all the time. And I hope that answers. So what lesson? That's the lesson that, life is in the moment, in the present, in that, one lesson is definitely going to take another lesson. There's which one's the bigger, because they all encompass. They're all encompassed of they're all part of the puzzle. You see? So um,
Hmm.
you know, it's hard for me to pin down one, because you know what? I'm always winning. And I'm not saying that in an arrogant way, but that every time I get up, that's a win.
It is true. It is absolutely true.
And they're
Okay.
looking so fabulous. I was looking at my lips tonight, and I was saying, "Ooh, girl." Go on. I did that little bit of extra, and I'm liking this big hair. I didn't think I would like the big hair, but you know what? Hilda be putting that stuff on it, but I feeling like I was going to say Diana Ross, but Hilda, you know what? I just aged myself when I said that. Yes, we all want to be Diana Ross. Diana Ross in the Springs. I am of that age. Thank you. Yeah,
Right?
I
Right?
am with Diana. Dirty Diana.
um, so okay, so you kind of hit this one a little bit, but I was asking you because I was asking you what would you say was the most healing, and then I asked you that my next question was what would you say is the biggest lesson you have learned um this trip around the sun.
Oh, letting go, letting go, letting go. Learning, and tell yourself the real story. Because in the letting go, is you're telling yourself a different story. Because all the reasons why you hold on to people, places, things, letting shit stay past the expiration date. Because trust and believe, most things have an expiration date. It's been the
Yes.
fucking programming that we've obtained all of our lives that tell you there's no expiration date. Oh, I tell you,
Mhm.
the best thing I ever did was letting go. And sometimes that was people, sometimes that was places, sometimes that was things. And did it all come with a lesson? Hell yeah. Yeah, yeah. So I would say that.
So letting go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and not even just letting go of situations or people, but ways of thinking, emotions, struggle,
Essential.
pain.
Essential. Essential.
Yeah, all of that, all of that.
And that doesn't
Well,
mean that, what, I tell you something, I don't get stuck. Because like I told you, I'm a work in progress. So you know what? When I tell you that is there some shit still in there that's resonating? That what? Even I, but I'm telling you, I'm at that particular point that what? It's not so much the big stuff.
yeah, it's true. And you are looking fabulous, Auntie.
Thank you, thank
Mhm. What would you say is your biggest achievement that you're most proud of to date?
you. Ooh, that's a tough one for me.
Hmm.
I know I'm gonna say this. I will say this that I didn't give up on me. That is my best achievement because sometimes in the ring it was just me and every demon, me and every when Tupac said me against the world. When I didn't give up on me, and even saying that today, you know what, that carries so much strength and so much power. Because I thought my daughter, none of that, because sometimes my daughter was the sword. Sometimes my daughter was the sword that was in my back. So, oh fuck, yeah, not giving up on me, and me rising to each occasion. Not waiting for somebody else. Not waiting for somebody else to celebrate me. Me celebrating me.
I love
Mm,
that. I absolutely love that. Not that was I felt that like deep. Like
mm,
not giving up on self when you feel like and anyone who's struggled with mental health concerns,
mm,
mental illness, depression, anxiety, and especially when you add that with grief on top of that of everything you're going and you're in this dark hole. There are days when you can't get out of bed and you lay there wishing that the bed will just swallow you up whole and realizing that you know what, when you can do like so many out there who have struggled with suicide, suicidal thoughts, and things like that. It is a strength like no other to muster, to not give up on yourself and
Well,
to exit. So
like I
I
said,
love that. I love that you said that.
well, when you learn the bigger picture of everything, and some of us have been brought here with the assignment of carrying the backs of many others that came before us. So that aside, that's a whole nother level of an assignment. And so
Damn it, I made my
be
own self cry. Like, what the hell is this?
be easy. What did Adele say? She said, "Be easy on me. Be easy on me." That song. She says, "Be easy on me."
I
You
love
know?
that song. I love that song so
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
I love that song
So
so much.
see,
But I want to thank you.
you and your big wing dingy questions. See, you done made yourself cry. Now see? Now come on there, Miss Oprah. Come on, give me another question. Give me another question. But that was a good
No, but you
question.
know what though? It
It's
was
a
your
very, very
answer.
good
It was
question.
your answer. It was your answer that did it. It wasn't the question. It was the answer that did it.
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you, baby girl.
So it was a mutual effort, okay? It was a mutual, it was a mutual.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
absolutely love that you said that. And you know what? So now on to the next question I have. What would the Hilda that you are today at present, what would that Hilda say to the Haley Lily from 3 years ago? What would you like to say to the three, to the, not the three Lily, the, the Haley Lily from 3 years ago?
You're gonna be all right. Do you? You ain't here to heal everybody. You are enough. You were enough. That's what I'd say to that girl or that woman. But do you, because you're going to do you in the end. And when you do you, it's going to feel some damn good. Oh, and you let all that other bullshit go. Because you know what? And be willing to change because your mindset changes. Because my mindset changed from 3 years ago. And you know, the story, I could no longer tell myself the same story. So when be open to change. That's why I say I live my life by this philosophy. When new information appears, I reserve the right to change my mind. And that always allows me to remain open. Because you know how many times I had to eat crow being so fixed in something, and then the universe come and bring a lesson. And if you
Hmm.
know me, I don't like to eat crow, not because of my ego. It's just because I learned you better come correct. You better come correct because
Yes,
the whole world is watching, and so is the universe.
it's true. So, on that note, what would you say is your best attribute? And what part of you would you say still needs improvement? Because we're all works in progress.
I would say my voice, and I would say my voice for both those things.
Okay.
Absolutely, because you know what? I can tell you something. I can deliver a message that you know what could nail a coffin down. And I'm just gonna just say it just like that. And sometimes you know what? We don't need to nail the coffin down. So I'm learning how to. I'm learning how to not nail the coffin down
So,
always. But
the
sometimes that
practice,
motherfucking coffin gotta be nailed down. Forget that shit. Bang, bang, bang. No, because you didn't hear? You didn't hear. So let me tell you, I'm just gonna tell it to you straight, just like that. So no, that needs to be refined though, right? So sometimes I know. Yep. So that, yep, I would say that's my attribute.
And I could definitely 100% second that. Yeah, I would definitely
Yeah,
agree with that. There's no contest to that because
yeah,
you are, and we were just talking about that earlier. I was
yeah,
saying there's something about it that my shadow self, my shadow side feels so comfortable. Like because it feels like it has the space to breathe
yeah,
when around you, and yes, you're right. It's that it's so if I was to answer that question, what would I say is your best attribute? Is your ability to hold space and allow and lead and have that sense of comfort where people can come and be themselves, and no, like, no joke, but you're also a no nonsense person as well, so right, you get the best of both worlds where
yeah.
that is concerned. And I admire that. Like, if I know I need, I want the love and that comfort of someone who can hold space for me and not judge me. But I also want someone who's not going to sugarcoat it, who is going to tell me like it is, but still with love. And I feel like that's you.
You know,
That's you. You represent that in your own unique, rough around the edges kind of way. But that's what makes you you.
I was gonna say that, when I accept it, you're a healer. You are a healer. I look back at my whole life and I look at the jobs I had. I look at what my significant roles were. They always were in the deliverance of messages in some kind of way. My whole point being is that once I accepted the fact that, okay, yeah, that is it. That is that's your gift. That's a part of your assignment. That's a part of your purpose. When I realized that, I start looking at all people differently. Because now I say, okay, why do people come in front of me? I don't
Hmm.
just necessarily assume it's for something, because I know that everyone that steps in front of me is in front of me for a reason, whether they know it or I know it or we both know it. Um, so I just kind of roll with it like that, and that way, yeah, it's just the way that it's been. And if people aren't ready for the assignment, they usually run. So you know,
Yes. And I agree, Sasha. It is fantastic, and yes, and I love this. Like, I yes, I came up with the questions, but like I said, I couldn't come up with the answers. It's the
hello,
answers.
Sasha, and hello, Siege, and welcome, 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 welcome. I want to welcome everyone. I should go back here and just check things out right now. I want to go back
Yes.
to the comments. Woo, woo, woo. And just take a moment.
Thank you, Fatima. Thank you.
Hello, hello. Well, I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. And welcome to the channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the channel, Sasha. You know what? You are now a part of the family, and you are definitely appreciated. And you know what? We be doing live things up in here, and a little bit off
Yes.
the mark sometimes. But you know what? We don't aim to be perfect. We do not aim to be perfect. But you know what? I'm going to tell you something. By the time we're
We
done,
aim
we
to be
always land.
human.
We're human, but we land 10 toes down, and that's what it's about. What it is, it's authentic and it's real. So welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yes, yes,
And
absolutely. I agree.
thanks for all the beautiful compliments and all of that, and the birthday wishes. So I'm going to say thank you, thank you, thank you. And Alana, I'm going to let you continue to go on with your
Yes.
questions.
Uh-huh. Because I have more stuff. Okay. So, um, Hmm. Okay, what my next question is, what would you or what would the 8-year-old version of you say to the Hilda you are today?
Me knowing me, I'd probably say to myself, "You're pretty cool." I was that kid. I know I would. I would have said that. And you know what? If you ask my sister Susie, Susie, was I not an old soul? And was I not always hanging out with like older people? Like I was the girl that at 13 went and stayed with my aunt. Now, and my aunt, if you knew my aunt, they weren't cool aunts. Well, they were cool. I'm sorry, you all were cool, but I spent some time with both of them, and anyways, yeah, I would have said that. I would have said that. And even then, you know what? I remember at 8 years old, I was always fascinated by human connections. Always, always fascinated
Yeah,
by human connections.
yeah.
I may have not always verbalized it,
Mhm.
but yeah. But I would have thought I was cool. I would have wanted to hang out with the adult version of me.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Nice. Like, yeah. I think so too. I think so too.
yeah.
I think you're pretty cool too.
Well, I do
Yeah, the
too.
eight
I
the
think
eight
you're
the
cool.
8-year-old version of me is like, she pretty cool. She pretty cool.
Yeah.
She's pretty cool. And then the 8-year-old version of me is like, yeah, but we are just a complete nerd. But we embrace it and we love it because
I love my nerdy
I
side.
was
I love
built to
my
be a
nerdy side.
nerd, okay?
Your nerdy side lets you relax. Your nerdy side, you know what, just let you be. Let you be. If you want to go buck wild over the color, then go buck wild over the color. You can just go buck wild. And then you know what, we can turn it up, and I can tell you something, I can be a real temptress. Anyways,
Right?
come on, go
Right?
on with the question.
Okay, okay. So now, all right. So actually, I think I only have two more questions here. But after this, I'm going to open it up to anyone in chat who might have questions too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you
So
got a question for me tonight, yeah, put it in the chat. I would definitely.
exactly.
Or if you got something you want to share, put it in the chat. But if you got a question for the birthday woman, put it out there.
Okay, actually, let me go with this one first. Okay, what is the one thing that you have yet to achieve that you feel would be your next goal for your next trip around the sun?
Generational wealth. Generational wealth. And I
Okay.
say that because you know what? I want wealth that's going to impact generations. I want wealth that, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. I can leave my imprint and they'll say, you know what? She was there. That's her mark. And it'll be a mark of something good and something that can keep growing and growing and growing. So that's what I want. I want to achieve. And so that, you know what, I can leave the generations behind me in a much better space than what any of the generations that came before me had to go through.
But my
And
dear,
so,
I think you, and I love that for you, but I think you only caught part of the question.
what?
What is the one thing that you would like to achieve that you feel will be your next goal for your next trip around the sun? So a goal that you can achieve within the year.
Well, who says I can't achieve generational wealth? I can tell you something right now. I
I
can
feel
turn
like
into a
that's all
I
I
can
didn't
turn
say
into
I'm
a
not saying you
Bonnie and
can't
Clyde
achieve
here
that.
real quick.
I just feel like that's a longer I feel like that's a longer goal because
Okay,
that to
no,
me
I
is
did.
what you're gonna leave.
You're correct. I didn't hear your question fully through. What is it that
Are you trying to pull a fast one on me, eh? Listen,
Do you know what? I'm gonna have to be very honest and tell you that I don't think that far ahead. One day at a time. And I sit there and I try to think about, what is it that I want to achieve? You know what? I don't put that on myself anymore. One day at a time, one
Okay.
day at a time. And like I said, if I achieve today and you know what, I'm good, then you know what, I'm winning. I'm winning today. And my
Okay.
legacy will be, if I should part from this world, she was a winner. She was a winner. She always got up. She kept getting up. It didn't matter. She kept winning. That's
I love that. I love that. And I'm definitely not negating your answer to generational wealth because I absolutely agree with you on that. That is a fantastic goal. A
hmm
fantastic goal, but I think that's a longer term goal. That's
hmm
what I would feel.
hmm
Because we're not just talking about fast wealth. We're talking about generational wealth.
mm
That's a bigger aspect of that. But anyways, and then my last question, but you know what? Hold on. Before I get to my last question, Ravneet had a question. What what's something totally unexpected people don't know about you?
Ooh. Oh, I think that most people don't realize that um, I got a very sensitive side. I do. Like, what I'll tell you something, most people see my strong side. They see my strength. And what they don't see is the times when, listen, I have my moments of when I am, yeah, yeah, I have my moments like everybody else. And most people look at me like I'm strong. They look at me as that I'm the one that's going to help fix. But no, that comes from a place of, you know what, I'm going to tell you something. I've shed a good many tears. I've shed a good many tears. And I may even also look like I have all the answers. I just have I have a bigger trust. And I don't need to have all the answers. I just have a bigger trust than what some people do. But yeah, most people don't realize it. But yeah, I have a very soft side. And I'll tell you, for every narcissist that was ever come across my fucking life, they knew about that soft side. They knew about the soft side. They did see the soft side. But thank you, motherfuckers, for the lessons that you gave to me. You all appreciate it. Keep going. Yeah.
Okay, so here's something that I've been learning too, and on my journey that I realized and I recognize me being as an observer, and maybe because of my experience, in as a social worker and things like that. But you could always what I find that is recognizable is that never underestimate people, and here's why. Because often, at least in my experience, when I've come across tough people, like those who are like wow, like with their bulldogs, that are like the bulldogs come out first, those are usually the ones that I know have sensitive sides.
Yeah.
Because if their size wasn't as sensitive as it is, there would not be a need for that tough and aggression. So to me, it's like I see it as an overcompensation, where because there is a softer side that has to be protected.
And don't
Whereas
ever get
and
it twisted, because you know what, that soft side, I can tell you something. When you talk about the bulldog, I, if you bring up the bulldog in me, I'm going to take it 100% to the floor.
yep.
If the bulldog comes out, be prepared to deal with the bulldog, because I'll tell you, I am that one. I don't. I do. You know
Yes.
what? I don't play it. Don't. I don't play around with it, and I
Yeah.
wouldn't suggest that anybody else play around with my bulldog.
But here's the other all the also side that I've also recognized about people too, and I've noticed. Don't play with the sensitive people. You do
No,
not play with the sensitive people. The people
no,
who wear their hearts on their sleeve and come off sensitive, do not play with those people
yeah.
because those people who are as sensitive as they are, another thing. Those they're not afraid to be sensitive. But remember that they also have a side that sleeps. It ain't dead. So you don't want to push an empath too far. Do not push the sensitives far because you push them too far, and when they snap,
You get bad results. Okay, so what's the next question, baby girl?
so that I'm just saying. So, anyways, so the next thing and the last question that I have is what would be the one thing that you would love to see change about the expressions of love and the ways in which we give and receive it?
Ooh, what would I like to see change? I would like to see love being expressed in more of an authentic way. I would really like to see people, you know what, I'm going to tell you something. Instead of accepting less than what it is that they really want, because, oh my goodness, there's so many fake expressions going on out there right now. People are not being authentic. People are not speaking what they really, really feel, you know? And so you got a game, you got a facade, and most people aren't living in even in their authentic lives, their authentic life. So you asked me what I'd like to see change in terms of expressions. Let's get fucking real. That is love sometimes. And sometimes you know what love means, that you know what you're gonna say is gonna hurt. You know? You can't control whether the other person's going to be how they're going to be affected by it, but you can control about whether or not you are authentic. Because people can always handle it at the end of the day. And most folk aren't walking around authentic. Most folk are hiding who they really are. Most people are afraid to just friggin' be. That's something I'd like to see change. I'd like to see folk just step into their authentic selves. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, wouldn't you see some powerful shit start to happen then?
Yes, yes, yes.
In the meantime, I'm going to
I
be authentic
absolutely
in
love
me as
that.
much as I can be.
I absolutely love that. And Ravneet has one last question here too. What's the
Yes.
one thing you would love to teach the next generation about joy?
Ooh, joy is in your present. That's what I'd like to teach the next generation. Joy's in your moment. It's in the essence of every moment. That's real joy. Joy is not something that's coming out of, it's not something that is, it's not an extension of you. It's in you. It's something that you know what you create. You create a joyful feeling
Yes.
and gratitude. That joyful feeling can come from a place of gratitude because the two will go hand in hand. And teaching the next generation that simplicity. You don't need things. You talk to most kids anyways, and you really give them if you give the kids your time, they're not concerned about their tablet. They're not concerned about all the other stuff. They really want you. Kids really want you. And they want to know that they're seen. They want to know that they're important. And that's what I would tell them about joy. That joy is something that's happening right now. You know, it's not something that's given to you. It's not something that's going to come out from outside you. But I tell you something, power your mind, power your mind.
Yes.
That's what I'd like
Yes.
to teach kids. So I don't
Yes.
know if that was a little bit all over the place. And every kid I come across, I try to leave some type of an imprint like that. It's not about the things. You're looking at someone that didn't have a lot of things, but I did have joy. And I realized that, not a lot of things were needed to obtain joy.
Well, my dear, you are joy.
Well, thank you. You too.
You are
You
joy.
too.
You are joy. Oh, I'm love. You're joy. I'm love.
Mhm.
Nice
Okay.
to meet
Joy
you.
and love. Joy 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 and love.
Love
Yeah.
and joy. Love and joy. Spreading love and joy.
Yeah. 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 This was a good this, you know what? Baby girl. Very good questions. Very, very good questions.
Thank
And
you. Thank
oh my
you.
goodness, they were way better than anything that I think I could have even come up with myself. I was just going to start running down some lessons, and then we could have been really off on a horse trail. Because with the lessons become the story, and oh dear Lord, not everybody ends up very favorable in my stories. So I saved some people tonight.
I love your stories. I love your
Yeah,
stories.
yeah.
I love your stories. And I love you
I love
because
you too.
you create the stories. You bring the stories. It's through your eyes that we get to feel and see and hear and mask in all of the greatness. And yeah. So I love that you gave me this task to do. Like I said, from the moment you asked and you put it out there, it was like I like my the all of the little parts of me just took off running like and they were already formulating like there was like it was like if you've ever seen the movie Inside Out when and you have and don't worry wintertime oh I'm gonna be getting you to watch a lot of Disney.
Well, you know what? You can think you're gonna have me watching a lot of Disney. You can't make me do nothing. That's another thing I'm gonna tell you about my age. You can't make us do nothing. I'll tell you that nothing we don't want to do. Now, if I should feel like I
I
want
know
to
that
curl
I
up
know
by the
that
fire and
I
watch a
know
movie,
that but at
I
the
will.
same time I also know how convincing I can be and
Well, you know what I want to do is I want to take the time before we go to thank everyone that showed up this
yes
evening and helping me celebrate my birthday tonight, today, all your birthday wishes, those that showed up on the channel. And you know what? With my previous video, I want to thank you. And all the new people that, some of you guys are new to me. And you know what? It's so beautiful to see. And I'm seeing all
yes
your little emojis and you're taking the time to, listen. I hope that this is not only am I resonating with you, but you have become a part of, I like to say we're part of a movement, an elevation movement, because we're all going
yes
through a massive shift of change. And where do I belong? Where do I belong during that change? Finding that space. And I hope you found what you consider to be a safe space here, that, a real space here, because that's the deal. We're finding a real space. I just want to say you're all appreciated. I want to thank you, Alana, for always supporting and always showing up and always, I just want to say thank you. The job well done. You did a really
you're
good job.
welcome
And
my
of course,
pleasure
um, if you haven't already, hit the like button. Share this video if you think that what somebody else could appreciate some lessons. Was it
yes
lessons? Valuable lessons? I guess
lessons,
that's what it is.
reflection, moments of
Reflection.
introspection, some fun and love and sharing of joy and
This
laughter.
is
Like I mean,
exactly how I like to spend my birthday, in reflection. So you know what? I am doing exactly how I like to do it. I always
yeah,
take my
but
birthday, and I
with a
usually do that
twist,
alone,
with
but
a
I'm
twist,
sharing it with everybody. What's that?
but with a twist.
But with a twist. It was with a twist this time. So you know what? And I did do something different because I took a nap this afternoon, and instead of napping on one end, I switched the end. So I switched it up and napped on the other end.
Oh, thank you, Sasha. I
Yes.
try, I
Thank
try.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
I want everyone to feel love because
Absolutely.
Right? That's
Absolutely.
me. That's like that's what it's all about, and that's my whole life. You know, either in search of it or in pursuit of giving it. And I realized that at one point, yeah, it also almost broke me.
Yeah.
Well, it
Yeah.
did break me,
Yeah.
but
But you
but I
know what? That's
survived it,
about the
and I'm still
boundaries.
here.
That's about boundaries. When you establish the
Exactly.
boundaries,
And that is
you,
and that is the thing that was the one of the biggest lessons for me, was learning about how to do that, how to have flexible boundaries, but still not lose that essence of love that has always been with me, right? Because this world is not going to win.
not
No.
allowing the lesson to eat you up. Not allowing the lesson to eat you up, not allowing the lesson to take your essence, the very essence from you, but instead, you know what? It refines it. That's the power. That's
It is it.
the power. But you know, we are past the hour, and I don't have I don't want to keep anybody any longer. And yes, it is my birthday, so I am going to be taking and going and just chilling out. I'm just gonna chill
Yes.
out. I am gonna just chill out. And you notice I'm right stepped up for some reason all of a sudden. So maybe some of that stuff that we were talking about, yeah, maybe. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Well, and then of
It was all
course,
good.
you never cease to make me cry, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's all good though. You know
That's
what?
okay. But you know what though? The wind blows and I'll cry. So
And you know what? Those are all healing tears. There's
yes,
nothing wrong with
exactly.
healing tears because when those tears are dropping, we're healing the grid because the whole
Mm-hmm.
fucking grid is starting to heal right now. And so, sometimes when we're talking about these things, we are not only feeling our own, but we're feeling the collective. Because out there somewhere, I can guarantee you, there's another woman turning 59, and she has her own story. And she's
Mm-hmm.
putting just as much power out there into the planet. And I say kudos to you and happy birthday, baby girl.
Yes.
Or a guy. There's a guy out there, that's going through his evolution and change, turning 59, and that looks like something. And he got
Mm-hmm.
lessons too. We're healing the planet.
Yeah.
We're helping to heal the grid.
All one divine feminine, one divine
Absolutely.
masculine at a time, and remembering
Absolutely.
that both of those energies flow in each and every individual. So we have the masculine and we have the feminine, and it's about finding that equilibrium and that balance of self, the light and the dark and the shadow, and loving and holding space and having unconditional love for it all.
Well,
So
with having said that, I
thank
am
you.
going to
Thank you.
say
Thank you.
thank you. And thank you to everybody that showed up tonight and participated in the chat with your questions. And you are so appreciated. I'm sending love, peace, and good vibration, and of course, healing. We need the healing, and we're going to
Yeah.
continue to heal and have these conversations. But in the meantime, make a great Monday evening. Bye.
Yes. Bye, everybody. Thank you.